This is the last video you will ever watch on how to use ChatGPT. You have obviously used it already, but I'm going to go over the details that will make the experience for you tremendously better, and the outcomes that you actually want will start appearing. So leave a like on this video, leave a comment on what would you like to see next, and let's get into it. I'm going to start in the settings, okay? So we're going to go here into your account, click on it, and go to settings. Now we're in the settings and we can see that my subscription is on GPT Plus, okay? I would highly advise you, if you want any AI tool, you should get GPT Plus because it basically removes the limit and it gives you way better results. You can experiment with different GPTs. To be honest, it doesn't matter. If you use the latest one, it's always the best, and you shouldn't care that much about if GPT 4.0 is better than GPT 4.01 or whatever, you get me? But yeah, definitely get GPT Plus. But what I wanted to say or show you is this one tool that will help you with your outputs. If you set the enable customization to on, you will be able to customize your GPT. We can see the first thing I'm going to tackle is the most important one, is this custom instructions. I'm going to actually delete all of this, and here you can see that you can actually share anything else you would like ChatGPT to consider in its response. Right? Always use emojis. For example, we say always write emojis, right? So I'm going to hit save. We're going to go back here. Oh, not good. We're going to start a new chat and we're going to say, hi, how are you? It should respond immediately with emojis. Every message. Boom, we have emojis. For example, what is 2 plus 2? It should again say emojis or use emojis. Boom, we see it always uses emojis. But of course, you should use this in a different way. If you want, for example, we all know that GPT has become too much of a pleaser. Everything you basically say, it's going to say like, yeah, you're awesome. And there are actually cases where people started to believe that they are genius just because of AI. One person or one guy wanted to save the world because he thought he has IQ 200, okay? It's getting crazy, so you should say something like, of my, and be critical when it's needed. For example, I say, or when I say something that is stupid or wrong. Boom. So right now, if we save it and we try to chat with it, we're actually going to see that in the normal one, and you can actually test it, if you say the sky is green, it will make a joke out of it. So let's see what happens when I set this personalization. So the sky is green. It should say, no, it's not. Nope, that's wrong. Boom. And you can see how you can play with ChatGPT and how it actually speaks to you. And this is super important when you want the best results. So we can see, nope, that's wrong. Under normal conditions, the sky appears to be blue, not green. That's because blah blah. Some of you know, some of you don't. And the sky is green is false. So boom, we already see how we moved ChatGPT. In the personalization, if you want to make money, say some prompt on how you make money, or for example, you should say, be a coach on making money, be my mentor, use information from XYZ websites or some sources, I don't even know. And you can even do it anything, your personal trainer for fitness, your personal trainer for weight loss, to support you, whatever. Okay, so this is where you go, is the custom instructions, and don't forget to turn on the enable customization. Now we can move into base, style, and tone. This is the main voice and tone ChatGPT uses in your conversation. This doesn't impact ChatGPT capabilities. So we have the default one. We say we can choose actually professional, friendly, candid, directing, encouraging, quirky, blah. Okay. So I'm definitely going to leave it on default. I don't care that much about it, but this can also alter how ChatGPT interacts with you. And guys, don't forget, we see all of this friendly, and it seems like ChatGPT is a person. Don't even try to think that, okay? ChatGPT is just a text-based model, okay? It's not real, it doesn't have a mind, and it will not conquer the world. The only information ChatGPT or any large language model has is only from the internet, okay? So all the text and everything is just from the internet, and this is not, any response basically is not coming from ChatGPT's mind. It's just the most predictable word in a sequence. That's literally the responses, okay? So don't worry about that. And people are actually saying that GPT is going to go dumb over time, or any large language model. because the internet is filling with more AI content and the AI is learning from AI, and I guess you know where this is going. So just wanted to say that because some people are genuinely freaking out. Don't worry, it is just basically text. And GPT or any other model is just predicting what is the most likely sentence that it should say to you. Then we have the characteristics. We have warm. We can again choose to be less warm or more. This will go like friendly. This will go more professional. Then we got other stuff, but low-key we don't need. And here we can see the emojis. Use more, use less. Again, I don't care about it. You can set your nickname, so ChatGPT will refer to you in some way. Your occupation, which is engineer, student, businessman, whatever, and it will also consider that when it's talking with you. And here we can say more about us. So I've said something that I'm some creator or whatever. And again, you can say anything, so it will understand you better. For example, if you say, I am an YouTuber that runs a school community, it will respond to you way better. And yes, I actually do run a school community called Future Minds AI. We have grown to 70 members in just 2 months, so that already shows that we are actually doing and putting in the work. And yeah, basically I teach AI here, all the basic stuff, all the advanced stuff. I share my templates. I share how to actually sell AI and how to work with it in all of the fields. I'm going to be adding a course on how to use AI tools and then on how to code with AI. So everything is going to be covered here, and you can join in the link that is in the description. Right, so that is it for the personalization, and we can also see here, last thing is memory. Manage memories, we can reference saved memories and reference chat history. I would leave everything on because then it remembers you even when you switch chats, which is super important. If you go here into data control, we can actually manage what OpenAI does with our data. So you can see improve the model for everyone and include audio recordings. I have this off because I don't want my conversations to be fed into ChatGPT. And we can also delete all chats, archive all chats, or export data or delete the account. Okay, so this is where you do it in data control. Here we can see some default colors. For example, the app, you can change it, show additional models, correct spelling automatically, open ChatGPT links in desktop app, or check for updates. Then we say some chat bar, or we have some chat bar, position on the screen, bottom center, reset to a new chat after 10 minutes. Keyboard shortcut is this. You can, set your own shortcut for ChatGPT and some other stuff. If you want to work with other apps, you enable work with apps, which you should leave on. That is basically, that allows this AI to work with other apps. Here we have some voice settings, so we can actually choose the voice we want. I have Soul, you can
Hi
have
there.
Maple.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm ready to
Amber,
hit the
and all that
ground running.
stuff.
Hi there. Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about anything that's on your mind.
This is the default one, and I actually don't use voice that much. Only thing I use a lot is voice notes. I basically send my thoughts or what I want in a voice note, so I don't have to type everything into ChatGPT. So let me actually show you right now. So I can actually say, hey, what's up? Can you please tell me what the weather is right now in New York? Now it will be made into a text, and I can just send it, and boom. It's searching for the weather. Sure, here's how the current weather in New York City is right now. Temperature, sky, wind, everything, So this is how you can also use it. Definitely use this for longer text because as you can see, it is way faster than typing. If I wanted to type a sentence, it would take me, I think, around double the time because we can speak way faster than we actually type. So as you can see in these 12 seconds or 13, I've been able to say a few sentences and boom. So this is how you should use ChatGPT. And now what you should use ChatGPT for, because this is also very crucial to what you actually get from it, right? Because any AI model is going to give you what the weather is today, or is going to talk with you friendly or professionally or whatever, but that's not a good thing actually. I would genuinely, for example, delete coding from ChatGPT. Totally, like just delete it, because for example, for coding, I use Claude, okay? And you can check my videos. I have made a lot of videos and I also teach it in the school community, how to code with Claude. So for coding, totally forget ChatGPT and just go straight to Claude, no questions asked. But for the basic stuff or for getting your info, getting something valued or getting, for example, some tips, making thumbnails. You can see here, for example, I'm not actually, yeah, here, YouTube titles. Make me a comment, make me a YouTube title, make me a description, make me this. This is all that you should use ChatGPT for. This is the best. This is the best, genuinely. And yeah, even this title that you actually clicked on was made in ChatGPT. After I record this video, I'm going to send it to my editor and I'm going to do this myself with ChatGPT. And guess what? ChatGPT values all of the titles, picks the best ones. It picks the best ones for income, result focus, for authority, for beginner friendly, plus opportunity. And then, of course, I put it into YouTube Studio, test it out, ABC, and boom, we have the best title. Back in the day, we had to do this manually. You have to come up with it. No AI. I hope you also remember the times where there was no AI, okay? And this is another thing I want to talk about in this video. Don't let AI consume you, okay? I only use AI when it's these tasks that require a lot of my time. And yeah, you can definitely save up sometimes, but don't let AI replace you, okay? Because AI is still supposed to be used as a tool, or, you know, you should still use your brain for creativity, for thinking, and sometimes genuinely do something without AI. Just to get your mind right and to train your brain. Don't forget about that ever. Because there are already coming out studies where they say people are getting dumber, they cannot have a good functional brains because always they are on ChatGPT and everything has been done for them. And that is also not a good thing. And I wanted to say this in this video, so I want to make you aware of it, because everything good also has a bad side. And now let's actually cover GPTs. Go over here and we click on the GPTs. We can see I have DALL-E, we have Thumbnail Pro, Canva, Explore GPTs, and I'm going to actually do that, explore them. Here you can actually see GPTs are basically community created AIs in OpenAI that are specialized in some things. So for example, Canva, it will be working with Canva to effortlessly design anything. And then we have some trending. Then we have some image generators like DALL-E or this one. Or we have something for school. For example, if I actually go here, let's say math, we can see India Math Solver GPT, Math Helper, Level Math Tutor. If we go to Math Helper, advanced math software that offers step-by-step solutions. It summarizes the questioning habits of 5 million users. Now I have chosen some graph of a function and it will analyze it, and then it will probably give us the graph and what the value of epsilon is. So we can actually see this graph, which looks pretty nice. And now we have the value of epsilon. Final answer is 5,508. Key points to solve, blah, 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 blah. GPTs, if I should say, are like helpers and more specific versions of GPT itself. But if you see something about coding, just stay away from it. I wouldn't use GPT for coding, as I said, because there's better alternatives, mainly Claude AI. Also the same way for image generators, but GPT got better at it, but still I would use GPT only for data. Alright, so more info about GPT and other tools is inside my school community. You can check it out and leave a comment on what would you like to see next, or if you want help with, for example, building AI agents or some automations, definitely leave a comment, or also leave a comment inside the school community. There's a lot of people that will help you. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.